Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. And as you can see, I have been busy. This is the Porsche 911 America that I had in the garage yesterday. It is complete now. I've experimented with some different wheels on it rather than using the stock Porsche wheels. I kind of like this look. And the blue is the factory color. I'm content with that. The car is worth $222,000. That's not right. Close to 240,000. 233,000. Okay, so that's pretty good. And these other cars are ones that I have actually picked up today on multiple trips to the junkyard. This is a Roadrunner. This is a Plymouth Roadrunner with the Hemi engine in it. This is the Roadrunner 426 Hemi. This is the factory color. I also changed the wheels on this one from the default Roadrunner wheels. I think these look better on this car. And this one is worth about about 104,000. Yeah, 104,000 for that car. And then we have over here, this is the Mustang Mach 1, and this is the DLC Mustang, which amuses me because I spent so long looking for this car in the junkyard. I finally found one a little while ago, and then I found this one today. This yellow color with the Mach 1 graphics is the default, is the standard factory coloring for the car. I actually did pump up the yellow a little bit because it was more of a dull yellow, and I brightened it up some so it looked, more canary yellow. But other than that, it's stock. Besides, of course, the engine being totally upgraded. And this one is gonna go for 126,000. So yeah, that's nice. And skipping that for a moment, we have here another Ferrari F50, which I found in the junkyard today. This yellow is again the factory color, and I was going to experiment with different wheels on it, but I got to where I didn't really care that much, and I was just building. I don't really have any particular fondness for this car. I was just building it for the money, and this one is about 2.5. Yeah, $2.5 million. So yeah, that's a totally motivation to do these cars when they come up. Kick that one out the door. And then this one over here, this is a Veyron. And I built one of these a little while ago and sold it, and I decided that if I found another one I would build it and keep it. Which is why this one is trimmed in red, because that's my personal favorite red. And it looks as good as I thought it would with the red trim. The wheels, it came with the Pagani Huayra wheels, and I decided to change them. These are actually the Avalanche wheels, painted black. I was going to try them without painting them, but it looked terrible, so I had to pull them off and paint them black. And it looks good, I like it. I was going to experiment with several different sets of wheels, but I like the way these ones came out. And this car is going into my private collection, so I'm going to shoot that over there. Oh, and I meant to show you how much it was worth. It was about $2.5 million for that car as well, I think. Let's pull it back out. I wonder where it went. Did it go here? No. Did it go here? Yes. How much did this car work out to be worth now? 1.9. It's going to be about 2 million even, I think. Yeah, a little over 2 million. So yeah, it's probably because I put different wheels on it. That seems to make a pretty significant difference to the value of the vehicle when I've experimented with that. But it's fine, since this one is mine, it doesn't matter if the wheels make it less valuable, because these are the ones that I put on it because I wanted them there. So let's park this one again. And now, since we're empty, we can go try to find something else. Okay, here we are. I see some cars already. That's a good sign. Porsche 928. And this is a Spectre, Salem Spectre. Is this another... This is a Mustang race car, clearly. What are you? Mustang drag car. Okay. And it has a cutout because it has the OHV, supercharged OHV engine. Yep. So let's see what else is here. Oh, here we go. This is the Smith XL. I actually kind of wanted to do one of these because I really like this. This is like a 35 or 37 Ford. Keep it on. Keep that one. Oh look, this is another Roadrunner. Roadrunner 440. I will probably go ahead and buy the Roadrunner and do it anyway. And this is a Mercedes. No, Porsche Panamera. I didn't find this car as satisfying to work on as I'd hoped, but I'll keep the mod in. What else is here? Anything? So we don't really have a lot of good options here. I'm going to buy the Roadrunner and build it myself because I like building them. I can always throw the Hemi engine in it instead of the 6P. But I think what I'm going to do is work on this car, on this truck. Because I don't think I have spotlighted one of these before. And I'm kind of in the mood to work on one. Alright, we got some cars, let's go back. Okay, here we are. Let's move cars. Put that there, and I'll put this one on number 1. Okay, now let's do the cleaning. Kind of olive drab. Wonder if it has like a military paint scheme to it. Okay, I'm going to quickly knock out the body and the body bits on this car. I don't know, but I'll bet that truck takes the radiator C also. We'll find out in a second. Yep, it does. interior, the Roadrunner has 2 benches. Actually, I'm not sure that all of them... Whoops. That's not what I want. Come on. Yeah, it does have this. I think it's the Barracuda that has the bench in the back and the regular seats in the front. The steering wheel is wheel 15. I shouldn't have slipped out of there. Darn it. These are actually fresh in my head right now because I worked on the other Roadrunner earlier today. So this is the second Roadrunner I've picked up today. I was just thinking, I meant to buy fuel tank stuff. And the front pipes from the engine, I think, are V8. Oh, V8C. That's because the other one was a V8A. And it's not here anyway. Okay, now we can fling it over here and paint it so that it doesn't look quite so cancerous. Ah, got stuck behind the door. Boy, that's kind of a terrible color. But I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I might change it later, I don't know. But that's all I'm going to do on this car for now. Just so that it looks better. I mean, it's cosmetically fixed up. Of course, it still needs a full mechanical rebuild, but at least it doesn't look like it's going to leap out and grab you every time you walk by it. Now we can do the same thing to this thing. It doesn't hardly have any body parts on it as it is. I think that's the Typhoon seat. No, it isn't. What do you even have? Seat 3, leather D? Seat 3, leather D, steering wheel 11. Wow. Does that steering wheel seem appropriate? I kind of imagine this thing with a great big wagon wheel of a steering wheel. I guess not. I just bought 2 right taillights. Look at those enormous headlights. My God, they're like spotlights. Oh, there's something I didn't take off. That should be all the body parts, yes? Yes. I bought these V8 engine heads by accident. I've been hanging on to them, hoping I get a chance to use them. I may have to just build an engine and throw them in. Keep it in storage until I need it. Pipe V8C, just like the other one. The question is, does it take? Yes, it does. It takes the same rear muffler as the other car. Okay, cool. I'm dying to see what this thing looks like painted. It's I mean it's come in an olive drab color, so there might be. I wonder if there's like a military kind of livery for it. Yes, there is. I think we'll do that. I like that. I would prefer it if it was just olive drab with the white stars, but it's pretty good. I like it. I suppose I should have checked to see. Maybe there is a livery that's just the white stars. I'll check that later. Those are V8 OHV heads, so I won't be able to use the engine head V8s that I have. It actually has heads on it. Ignition distributor. That means there's going to be pistons. Well, the pistons and rings would be there anyway. Well, sometimes. Considering that I've gotten several cars from the Junkyard that just had a block and a crankshaft in them, and that was it. Okay, let's go through this stuff. V8 OHV, we'll see if we can repair that. I'm gonna just flush all the leaf spring stuff and buy new parts. What does that leave me with? Oh, I gotta get the bushings and the shock absorbers. Okay, that leaves us with just a little bit. See what we can repair here. At least we could repair the gearbox and get something better than just scrap value for it. So one solid drive axle is all we need. Okay, I think what I'm going to do... I'm not going to use these rims, those are ugly. And what I would like to do is use the Ford F-350 wheels for this. How big were those? Were those 18? 16. So I need two 16s. And just for grins and giggles, let's go ahead and hit these with a nice chrome finish. And then we gotta buy tires, and hopefully I actually painted both of those. It's really hard to tell sometimes if you've got both of them done. What are these? 245, 75, 16, and I believe they were off-road B. 245, 75, 16. Good God, look at the size of that thing. Just want to make sure these are correct because they seem awfully large. 245, 75, 16. Yeah, that's really big. To see how these tires look on here now. Put the camera in a spot where I couldn't actually touch anything at all. That's another thing. I keep harping on this, but God, I wish that I could control the camera with the mouse and not have to do it with the keyboard every time. Of course, somebody will probably come along and tell me, yeah, you can do it if you do this. But for the moment, I don't know how to do it. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better than the rim basic. Since this is not, I mean, it's obviously not a real military truck, it's just something that somebody would cruise in. I think the chrome rims set it off pretty nicely. It's almost a letdown to take apart. I mean, the rear leaf suspension is so easy to do and so fast. It's almost kind of a letdown to have to go do, you know, the double wishbone front end, because it seems like it's so much more work. Okay, so we need 12 bushings. And we'll flush the brakes and the tie rods and the steering rack. Okay, so I need the sway bar stuff. It's all sway bar B. That's good, it'll make it easy to remember. And 2 each of the 3 hubs. And that takes us down to, oh, I was going to say that takes us down to the suspension arms and stuff, but I just realized I haven't built replacement shock absorbers yet. Okay, now we can try to repair. Not going to get very much. About half the suspension arms. Knuckles C. Okay, so we need to get our rims. 16 again. And 16 is the default size, that's good. Let's go and paint these. I hope I didn't paint the same one twice. I have a sneaking suspicion that's what I just did. Okay, 245, 75, 16. I guess I did successfully paint each rim. Two 45, 75, 16. So these can go now. And when that's done, we can go and reassemble the front. I wasn't sure it would let me put that wheel on without having the sway bar installed, and apparently it will. Yeah, that works for me. Those wheels are shiny, and they look nice, but they still have a thick spoke, grunty I am on a truck look. It works out for me pretty well. I'm buying a starter ahead of time because I know I'm gonna need one. Okay, let's break out of here temporarily to clean up and get things we know we need. Let's see, engine head V8 OHV. "16 push rods." Let's get that camshaft too. Bound to need rocker arms as well. Let's get pistons and rings. And I'm actually not sure which timing chain this thing is going to take, because there wasn't one on the car. There wasn't one on the engine block. I don't see any caps. That's good, because I went ahead and bought them anyway. We'll probably be able to repair. The block will probably be able to repair. We might not get that crankshaft back though. And what was I thinking? Oh yeah, oil. Because it's bound to be this black oil filter, but I'm not sure which pan. I'm going to say the OHV pan. Oh, look at that. We repaired the block and the crankshaft. That's good. I was kind of afraid we wouldn't get them both. I know I'm going to need an alternator and a power steering pump. Didn't get those. And which chain? V8 OHV chain. Okay. I don't have a timing cover either. I don't even know which timing cover this thing wants. V8 OHV. I suppose that everything is going to be probably just V8 OHV. Water pump pulley. That's going to be everything in the world. Probably should narrow that down a little bit. Timing cover V8, water pump V8. Gonna need crankshaft pulley V8 OHV for sure. There it is. Water pump pulley is right in front of my face. There you are. Gonna need belts and a fan. So serpentine belt B and A. Where's A? There it is. And it's probably this fan, I hope. Excellent. The front is the front of the engine is done. Haven't even assembled anything beyond the crankshaft, and the front of the engine is ready to go. The OHV engines are like the worst offenders for clipping into the engine stand, though. I mean, look at that. It's all the way into the flywheel. Starting to come together nicely now, isn't it? It looks quite like an engine now. I know I need exhaust manifold V8 OHV. I don't know which intake manifold this thing takes. And that is intake 2 carb. Hey, look at that, there it is. And it's this one right here. This is my least favorite job in the game, aside from installing camshaft caps. Installing individual rocker arms is like my least favorite thing to do. It's one reason I like the Hemi engine so much. I mean, it has push rods, but it has a rocker arm assembly, so that you don't have to install, 8 of them individually. I need engine head covers. this one and this one. I still need the carburetors for this thing. I'm not sure which one it is. Probably the 4-barrel. It is a good looking manifold though, it's nice and shiny. Yeah, it does want the 4-barrel. Let's see, 2-carb. This one at least doesn't cover the nice pretty red air filter. I think I also am going to need ignition wire V8. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, I think we're done. It's a good looking engine. It does look really sharp. Okay, that should 100% the truck. Yep, 100% across the board. Let's move it and dyno it, see what we got. Starting with 306 horsepower. See what I would say we're going to get over 500 pretty easily. Almost 600. Jeez. Look at that. 94%. 612 would have been doubling. And we're within spitting distance of doubling the horsepower. I did. There's a graphical glitch that happens sometimes, I've noticed, where sometimes the seats will do this. I mean, it's the same seat, but it's not showing up the same. That's fine. Let's take it out for a drive and see what happens. Okay, here we are. I really like it. I like the way it came out a lot. I'm going to have to experiment one of these days with one of these and see if I can get just a plain olive drab scheme with the white stars. But the camouflage looks really nice. And I think the wheels work really well with what we've got here. I mean, it's like a cruising truck. It's obviously not a real military truck. It's something you would cruise. But those wheels are big and chunky. Whoa, no, 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 no. And it's gonna be really hard to get speed out of it like this. Those are not speed tires at all. Getting 160 miles an hour though. Closing in on 170. Yeah, we could get to 170 for sure if it hadn't driven away from me there. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. This looks really good, and it's really powerful for what it is. I mean, you wouldn't be out racing on the highway. I mean, you wouldn't be out street racing in this thing, but it's got enough guts to make somebody... I mean, it's got enough in it to make somebody stand up and pay attention. Okay, cool. It came out really nice. It's big and powerful. And it looks really good. So, just for... I'm going to go and I'm not going to repaint it. I just want to take a minute to look at it and see if there's a different... Ended up behind the door. I just want to see if it's possible to get the white star with just an olive drab paint scheme. It's not possible. Bummer. Okay. Alrighty then, let's see how much it's worth. Probably not a lot, but 78,000? Call it 78,000? I don't remember what I paid for it. It couldn't have been more than about $6,000, I think. So 78 grand. I mean, it's really kind of a small amount compared to the other cars that I sold when we first logged into the garage today. But closing in on $100 million there. Alright, cool. So, that was fun. I enjoyed working on that truck. I may have to keep an eye out for them, do some more of them. But that will bring this one to a close. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope to see you again for our next Junkyard adventure. And I will probably go ahead and finish this Roadrunner off screen and show it to you guys before I sell it. And then we'll go out and find something else. I have something in mind for a Christmas episode. You'll see that. I'll probably record that and upload it so that it'll be live on Christmas Day. But we'll see if that works out the way I hope. But anyway, on that note, bye for now.